Hi guys. Right, I think this is a little Wickey victory. They come under 2 or 3 different names now, these, because Wickey and Fat Moose have basically rebranded themselves and they're the same company. So people are buying them from different places and they're exactly the same playset. So, right, I've concreted these in. Basically the V pegs or the angle pegs that Fat Moose and Wickey sell just don't work with swings because they're meant to be for vertical poles. So we now just don't install them because they're just a pain in the ass, to be honest. So if you put in an angle brace, I've got this monkey bar for a little bit later, at an angle and then sit this square on top of it, obviously as you're swinging it starts moving, and then you've just got a couple of screws inside. It just doesn't, we've only ever had issues with them, in all honesty. So what we're trying to do is we bring these, which are galvanized, so they don't rust, there's no other issues, they'll last longer than probably anything else. So they're just rebars that we get specially made for us. They work for AstroTurf as well. So you just punch these through the AstroTurf, and as long as the AstroTurf's been put in with some decent hardcore, they tend to be alright, but they just work really, really well. So that's what we tend to use. Classic swing from Wickey. So you've got these 2 braces like that sit either side, 4 bolts there, and then underneath here, oh, need a cap on that. That 1 bolt is what holds this whole swing on. So you've got 1 bolt here and 1 bolt on the other end. So what happens if you get movement in the swing and it starts twisting, that 1 bolt pops out and you've got issues basically. You take out the whole playset, which is never ideal really. So it just holds on there, and then you just got 1 bolt that goes through the front leg. This is the classic thing that I keep telling people when they're buying these playsets. This is for an 8-year-old, in all honesty. So how long it's going to last, I'm not unsure. I'm going to keep in contact with the customer. But I did a video the other day about one of our custom installs. So this is just coming off that front leg, vertical pole. There's nothing there at all that's holding it. So because I've got this bar, what you want is a nice angle brace like that running alongside the slide, dug into the ground and not concreted again, to actually build a bit more of a structure. Even an angle brace off the back down there and 1 down here, and it builds an A-frame on that end to hold the swings from actually moving or doing anything. Now if you're going to have an A-frame on this end, which is meant to hold the swinging front to back, so as the swing comes forward you're pushing all the weight down this part, as it goes back you're pushing the weight from the top down the A-frame. Now when you go and look at the frame, that's 800 millimeters from there to there. So there's nothing structurally that's holding an angle going up. There's no angle braces all the way down this playset at all. And there's definitely none off the front. So that's literally the weakest point. Anyway, steps going up. Got a rope pull on there as well. Oh, it's my battery pack. And then these are coming across. So these are a vertical pole with just an L bracket holding it. So you climb up these ladder steps, which is fine, it's normal bits of CLS, and then you're onto this top. Now if you take a look at how big that is, if I put my finger there, so the kids, to do the monkey bar, we would normally use this, for example, which is a round pole. Your hands can loop over the top, hold it, and you swing. It's a little bit smaller than like an adult would need because it's a kid's climbing frame. That is a solid lump of CLS, squared off. There's no rough bits on the top at all, so it's nice and shiny. More you use it, smoother it gets, and easier it is for your kids to fall off, which is lovely. And then at the top of all these corners there's an L bracket, so there's no bolts or anything. Again, normally we would go up, put a bolt through both bits of wood, nice and secure, happy days. You've got a little cargo net, little gymnastics bar, little shop stuff. Now there's nothing underneath this shop, this is just a bit of vinyl. You can see me kicking it there with screws up the side, couple of screws across the back, and then down there when there's a few gusts of wind it's going to come impaled. little shop sun bit, I think it's one that's meant to be. 4 bits of wood with just one random bit screwed onto the top. Always interesting. And then the rock wall comes back up. You can go down the monkey bars or jump onto the tower. The other interesting thing that I found is the wood isn't, well, it's literally so thin. You get the end of the bolts all hanging out. But what do you want? The end of the bolt hanging out or the rock wall spinning and coming loose? I'm not too sure what to do. So I've told the customer anyway. Classic Wickey, there's always a few defects. So this has got a big crack coming along here. And one of these steps, which is one of the main steps, has got a crack that runs all the way through the bit of wood. So they're going to contact Wickey and try and get in contact. At least everything's arrived today, which has been nice. Normally you get packs of screws missing with Wickey. So here we are, that is all done. Pink slide, pink vinyl, and then I think Wickey have sent them blue swings, even though they chose to have pink. Pink is a little bit thinner, just to let everyone know, and I believe it changes quicker. Like, we always use a dark green because I've always been told dark green's the best thing you can have with UV light, and it doesn't change colour as much. I believe the pink is going to wash out and go quite a shallow kind of creamy colour. We shall see, and work out where we get to. So that is the Wickey install today. Top tip, guys, with these handles, look at how big they are and then look at how big the opening is. So this one obviously doesn't have an actual fixed abode, but some of the Wickey things, I think there's a Wickey tree house with a little wall on the side, and there's a few other ones where they've got little openings between the boards on the floors. But if you take a look at how big those handles are, they never ever change, and I think it's around 20 something centimeters. I'll get the tape measure out one day. So if your hole is less than those, and that's around a 20 centimeter gap, then just look at how big they are in the CAD drawings, and you can work out how big your kids or how small your kids need to be to get through some of these openings. But that is the climbing frame installed today. Told the customer not to go on it for a couple of days, let this concrete dry, and gone through how to adjust the swings and everything else and all the defective parts. But other than that, this is a Wickey or Fat Moose, I'm not sure. And I hope this is a nice little insight as to what's there. Again, classic. Get our little branding on there. But yeah, here we go. So this is that. It's all bought off the shelf pieces, so all the handles are the same. The tube here for the gymnastics bar is just off the shelf. This is just a real thin cargo net. And there's no, you know, look at how much movement's on that. It's just going to go up and down and move around and go a saggy. But it is what it is. Great little entry play set if you've just got young kids. Wouldn't do it if your kids are over 5 or 6, in all honesty. You're going to start to have issues. I hope this is a useful little review. If anybody's looking at climbing frames, please do get in contact. If you don't want to buy off the shelf, you want something a little bit better thought out, let's say, a little bit stronger, then do contact us. We do custom installs, or we'll come and install your little flat packs. Just pointing out the bits so you can make decisions. Other than that, I mean, it's a great little frame. It's only a few £100, so you do get a lot for it. It's just little bits and pieces just aren't thought through. Cool. Take a look online, www.climbingframeinstaller.co.uk. Please like and subscribe so I can get some more followers. It makes us look more popular, bumps up the videos, and makes sure people actually get the review that they need, so they can actually take an active decision on what they're trying to buy. Thank you very much.